Good
Zariel.
evening, gentlemen.
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
We're
Doing
very well,
great.
Zariel.
Well, let's start off. I wanted to actually make some very, very short points, but after hearing what Simon just said, unbelievable. I just love listening to him. Very, very insightful, gentlemen. Let's start off. Vindicate Snowden, free Assange, and free speech, gentlemen. Free speech. For the past couple of years, I've been hearing you saying you have to be very careful about what you have to say here, or we know what the consequences will be. So much free speech. Also, all of the downing, the removal of different people from different platforms worldwide. I mean, it's insane. I just realized actually this week and last week I was unsubscribed from both of your channels. Like to just make a shout out to everyone who has a subscription to your channels. Check them. Yes. Next point. Hit the like button, gentlemen and ladies. Hit the like button. Have you gentlemen ever read the book, The Fourth Turning by Neil Ho and William Strauss?
I have not. I've not heard of. I've not read it.
I have not.
Highly recommend it. It's actually referring to the situation that we are living through at the moment. This woke and new world order stuff that that we're experiencing. It's always in cycles. And if you follow history, these gentlemen, I have been following history for quite some time also, and these gentlemen actually wrote it in a very, very well explained way of what cycle we're in, what turning, as they put it, we're in right now, and the decadence that we are seeing is a symptom of these times. As I said, I can recommend that to you if you'd like to, if you can get to it.
The fourth turning.
The Fourth Turning by Neil Ho, Howe, and William Strauss. Coming, of course, to that point, you were just talking about the breaking point. How it's always been avoided to a certain. It builds up, the tension builds up, and then the governments do something, or those who have the power do something to try and ease the situation, because we know that the breaking point is coming. We don't know when it will be. You spoke about the German Constitutional Court, or actually Simon was referred to that, and you were saying that they haven't really moved. I just say, I am German, so I'm just saying, don't hold your breath on that.
I agree with that completely. I mean, I've been burnt on this. We've even done videos on this in which I've been saying, if you go back, that I thought, this was going to be the break. This is going to be the moment when it was going to do something, and it always backs away. I mean, it's quite depressing to see these, learned people of the law, and one can sense that deep down they know what they should do, but they always pull back at the last moment.
Yeah. When the breaking point comes, Alexander, as you said, I don't think it will be coming from the Constitutional Court. I don't think it will be coming from the government. I don't think it will be coming from any of the establishment. I do believe that the breaking point will come probably at this election in Germany, which, yes, even living in Switzerland, I will be participating in that one, because the Greens, we definitely know that they cannot achieve the majority. We don't want them to. God help the country if they do. We do know that CSU is going to get a tremendous slap, not on the wrist, but probably in the face. The Traffic Light Coalition, no one really expects anything to happen. I do expect, to be honest, to see a very large move in the direction of the Linke, which is the left party, and also the AfD, the alternative for Germany. It's going to be a very big mix-up, because the German population is fed up.
Yeah,
they have absolutely just had enough of this political moving back and forth. And with the situation that we've been in for the past 1.5 years, we're not going to get into that topic either.
I agree with your assessment, by the way. Except I'm very interested to see that you think that Die Linke and the AfD might actually strengthen. Well, I think I'm right in saying that there's an important regional election coming up in which the AfD is making a challenge. But anyway, that's not the trend of what I've been hearing people say. But people who've been telling me that otherwise, that Die Linke and the AfD are weakening rather than strengthening, what they all have in common is that none of them have any connection to Germany. So, you know, I'm very interested in what you've just told me.
Okay, well, we just had a regional election in Baden-Württemberg, and of course, Greens got in again. So that is Baden-Württemberg being the second largest state in the German Federation. It is a sign. Of course, we also have, but Bavaria, which is the largest, and the CSU is the major party there. They always will remain the major party there. No surprise. But we have the new states, the five. We call it the new states, the ex-Eastern Bloc states, and the people there are very pragmatic. So I don't see they are fed up with Merkel, and she's one of them. Let's put the facts on the table. She has really screwed the country up so bad that they have lost the faith of the at least East German population, as well as the southern part of Germany. Next comment I'd just like to make, you know, when it came to the Weimar Republic and the payments, I just wrote it here in the chat also. I think this bubble that is going to come, that we've been discussing, this whole thing, I think is actually going to be the forebearer for the UBI. I think it's going to be facilitated for the facilitation by the governments for unemployment funds to be just handed out. I've been seeing this since, since 1996, 95, when I was in the army. The money movement in the German government to the refugees, etc., etc., and it's just been going on ever since. So this whole bubble that is just being built up is too big to fail. We know that, and the bail-in that will happen is going to happen, as Alex said, it's going to happen very fast. It is not going to be located in one single country. It's going to be either continentally or even globally. So I have my thoughts about that. You know what the thoughts are, and I just you know, say beware, be vigilant to everyone. You know, look at the markets. Anyone who really just looks at it for a certain amount of time can see it, can see what's happening. A last comment to the European situation, or even the world situation, the global situation. There is a great German Lebanese filmmaker. His name is Imad Karim, who put it just this year in April 2021. He just made a movie, or a small movie. It's on YouTube. Sadly, it's only in German. If you could get that translated, I would also recommend it, because he speaks about the decadence that we're going through and what is being created by the whole situation in the Middle East, Far East, the refugee camps, etc. And it has to be paid by someone, and that's of course the working class. You see this in Britain, you see this in the United States, in Germany, in France. So yeah.
I've heard of him. I will try and I've watched his films and watched films for a long time, actually. So I will try and catch up with this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sadly that, as I said, it's only in German, so you really have to have someone translate it for you. But he brings it to a point, and from a person who comes from Lebanon years ago, who was integrated into the German population. I mean, he has more or less become a German himself. For him to actually tell the Germans, we know that Germany is still financially the market in Europe. For him to have to tell the Germans or the Europeans what is happening, I mean, is an eye-opener.
Yeah.
So I recommend that also to you.
Right.
Keeping it very short. Have a great weekend, gentlemen. Thank you as usual.
Thank you, Zariam.